You're giving your power away every single day, every time you say yes to something that you want to say no to. Every time you smile when you want to scream. Every time you shift who you are to fit what someone else wants you to be. And here is the truth. Your brain is wired to keep doing this unless you make a conscious choice to stop right now. Today, I want to talk about something that is holding so many of you back from becoming who you truly are. It is this idea that you need to be a certain way for others to be accepted, to accept you, that you need to please everyone around you in order to feel worthy of love or success or happiness. But I am here to tell you today that that versions of you is not the real you. That versions of you is living in a past. It's a past program running the old software that keep you small. Look at your life right now. How much of what you do each day is because you truly want to do it? And how much is because you're afraid of what might happen? If you don't know how many decisions you make because they align with your highest visions of yourself, and how many you make because you're afraid someone might be upset with you. If you choose different, your brain doesn't know the difference between what is real and what you tell it is real. So when you constantly act against your own truth to please others, you are literally rewiring your brain to believe that your worth comes from outside of you. You're training your body to live in a state of stress, anxiety, and always wondering if you are doing enough, being enough, pleasing enough people. But that's not who you are. That's who you have been conditioned to be. When you wake up in the morning, your brain immediately goes into the past. It searches for the familiar pattern, familiar emotion, familiar way of being. And if for most of your life, you have been someone who puts everyone else's need before your own, your brain exactly know how to keep running that program. It knows how to keep you small. It knows how to keep you safe. But safe is not free. Safe is not authentic. Safe is not you. You, the versions of you that please everyone, is operating from your limbic brain. That part that is concerned with survival and emotional response. It's the part that got programmed early in your life. When you learned that being liked was safer than being yourself. Maybe you learned that speaking up caused conflict, so you stay quiet. Maybe you learned that having needs met make you feel a burden to other people, so you pretend not to. Maybe you learned that your value came from what you could do for others, so you become really good at doing things for everyone except yourself. So now let's talk about what happened in your brain when you constantly try to please others. Your body produces stress, and it's a stress hormone like cortisol, adrenaline. This chemical put your body in a state of emergency, diverting resources away from your immune system, away from your digestive system, and away from your creative center. You are putting your health at risk, trying to maintain a version of yourself that is not even the real you. When you live to please everyone, you are not living at all. You are just surviving. You are existing in reactions to the world around you, rather than creating the world you want. You are letting the environment control your thinking, and your thinking is creating emotion that keep you stuck in the same pattern day after day after day. So your thought create your reality. If you think you need everyone's approval to be okay, guess what? You will never be okay because it is impossible to please everyone. It's like moving a target at an endless race with no finish line. And while you are running that race, your authentic self is waiting, wondering when you will finally come home to who you really are. Think about the people you admire most in this world. Did they get where they are trying to please everyone? Did they spend their time and energy wondering about what others thought of them? No, they don't. They had a visions of who they want to be. And they had the courage to be that person, even when it was hard, even when people did not understand, even when it would have been easier to just get along with what everyone else wants. Now, I want you to understand the science of how we create this pattern of seeking approval constantly. Your brain is made up of cells called neurons. These neurons communicate with each other through connections called synapses. Every time you have a thought, you feel an emotion, and then you take action. The neuron in your brain fire together. Neuroscience has said that neurons that fire together wire together. So every time you ignore your own needs to please everyone else, certain neuron networks in your brain get stronger. Your brain gets very good at the particular pattern of behavior. It becomes an automatic unconscious. You don't even realize you are doing it. But here's the amazing things about your brain. It can change. This is amazing, and this is called neuroplasticity. Your brain is constantly rewiring itself based on your thought, feeling, and action. If you can become aware of these automatic patterns, you can begin to change them. You can literally rewire your brain to stop seeking external validation and start living from your authentic self. So the first step is called awareness. You need to become conscious of when you're slipping into people-pleasing mode. Notice how it feels in your body. Does your chest feel tightened? Does your breathing get shallow? Do you feel a knot in your stomach? These physical sensations are your body way of telling you that you're not being true to yourself. So once you're aware, you can make a different choice. Instead of automatically say yes, pause, stop, take a breath. Ask yourself, what do I really want here? Once you are aware, you can make a different choice. Instead of automatically say yes, pause, stop, take a breath, ask yourself, what do I really want here? And ask, if I wasn't worried about this person's reaction, what would I choose? This simple pause and stop create a space between the stimuli and the response. It gives you the freedom to choose a new way of being. And that is what we call respond instead of reacting. But changing this pattern is not just about willpower. It is about understand who you have been. And that who you have been is not who you are. The version of you that pleased everyone was created in the past as a response to the past condition. But you don't live in the past anymore. You live in the present moment, in the now. And in this moment, you have the power to be different. Your brain follow the directions of your attention. If you keep focusing on what others want from you, your brain will keep creating more of that reality. But if you shift your focus to what you truly want, to who you really are, your brain will begin to create that reality instead. This is not selfish. In fact, it is the opposite. When you stop being the versions of you trying to please everyone, you finally have the energy to show up authentically in your relationship. You can give from a place of genuine desire rather than the obligations of fear. You can love from your overflow rather than from your depletion. The authentic you has gift to offer to this world. The people-pleasing version could never express the authentic you. The authentic you has a unique energy signature, a unique vibration that can attract the right people, opportunities, and experience in your life. But as long as you're trying to be who everyone wants you to be, that authentic energy is suppressed. Think about energy. I talk about energy all the time. So think about energy for a moment. Energy flows, energy follow attention. When you place your attention, your energy flow. When you constantly thinking about what others want or need from you or expect from you, your energy is flowing outward. It disperses your energy. It disperses across all these external point of focus. Now, you wonder why you feel tired. No wonder you feel drained. No wonder you were fatigued. But when you reclaim your attention and focus on your own truth, your own desire, your own highest visions for your life, your energy becomes concentrated. It becomes powerful. It becomes a force that can create real change in your life, in the world around you. The quantum field responds to who you are, not who you are pretending to be. It doesn't respond to the words or your action. If they are incongruent with your true feeling, the field respond to the energy you are putting out. So what energy are you putting out most of the time? Is it fear? Is it scarcity mindset? Is it anxiety? Is it sadness? Is it anger, jealousy? What is it? The field always respond to the energy that you're putting out 24/7. And if you're putting out the energy of someone who is afraid to be themselves, the field will keep giving you the experience that reinforces the fear. But if you start putting out the energy of someone who is courageous enough to be authentic, the field will respond with experience that support that courage. This is not magical thinking. This is quantum physics. Your energy affects the energy around you. Your consciousness interact with other consciousness. Your being influence what come into being in your life. So how do you stop being the versions of you trying to please everyone? It starts with getting clear on who you are, who you actually are. Not who your parents want you to be, not who your boss expect you to be, not what the society say you should be, but who you are at your core, beneath all these layers of conditioning and masking. Meditation is a very powerful tool for this discovery. When you sit in silence and turn on your attention inward, you begin to separate from the voice in your head that's always trying to keep you safe and small. You begin to recognize that you are not your thought. You are the awareness that observes this thought. From this place of awareness, you start to question the belief that drive your people-pleasing behavior. Is it really true that you will get rejected if you speak your truth? Is it really true that your worth depends on how much you do for other people? Is it really true that putting yourself first is selfish? This belief were once installed in your brain long time ago, often when you were too young to question them. But you're not that child anymore. You have the cognitive ability now to examine this belief and decide if you're serving you or limiting you. The truth is, most people respect the authentic you. They respect authenticity, even when they don't agree with it. Think about someone you deeply respect. I bet they don't bend themselves into pretzel, trying to please everyone around them. I bet they stand in their own truth, even though when it is not popular. That's not a coincidence. We respect what feels real. Now, let me give you some practical steps to break free from people-pleasing patterns. First, practice saying no. Start with small things if that feels safer. Notice the discomfort that arises when you say no and sit with it. Practice saying no. Don't try to make it go away. Just observe how you feel. The discomfort. This discomfort is a sign that you are breaking an old neural pattern and creating space for a new one. Second, get clear on your value. What really matters most to you? Is it freedom, the truth, creativity, connection? What is it? When you know your value, decisions become simpler. You can ask yourself, does saying yes to this align with my core value? If it's no, then the answer is no. Third, practice speaking your truth in a safe space. First, find people. Find people who encourage your authenticity, who want to know the real you. Share your genuine thought and feeling with them. Notice how it feels in your body when you are being real versus when you're performing. Now, when I say find the people and share your feeling, these people need to earn the right to listen to your feeling, listen to your real thought. So really find the right person who earns the right to hear your story, to get into your safe space. 4, set boundaries. Boundaries are not walls to keep people out. They are guidelines that teach people how to be in relationship with you. Clear boundaries actually create more intimacy, not less, because they allow for authentic connection rather than resentful compliance. Number 5, tune into your body. Your body knows when you are betraying yourself long before your mind admits it. Practice checking in with your physical sensation when making decisions. Is it tension? Do you feel constriction or heaviness? They are often signal that you are about to override your authentic self to please someone else. Number 6, forgive yourself for the times you have abandoned your truth to keep the peace. You did the best you could with the awareness you had at the time. Now that you know better, you can do better. Self-compassion is essential for this journey, and self-forgiveness is critical. We learn to forgive others, but the most important thing is we need to forgive ourselves. The 7th is remember that discomfort is part of the growing, is part of growth. When you stop being the versions of you that please everyone, some people will not like it. Some relationship might change or even end. This is not a failure. This is the beginning. This is the beginning of what you're going to create. It is evident that you're no longer willing to sacrifice your authenticity for conditional approval and acceptance. and love. Let me share a meditation technique that can help you reclaim your energy from people-pleasing pattern. So first, find a quiet place where you will not be disturbed. Sit comfortably with your spine straight, but not rigid. Now, close your eye and begin to focus on your breath. Take a deep breath in and out. Just observe it flowing in and out. Now, bring to a mind a situation where you typical abandon your truth to please everyone. Notice where you feel it in your body. Place your attention in that sensation without trying to change it. Simply observe it with curiosity. Imagine this sensation has a color, a texture, a temperature. Get to know this sensation. This sensation is information. It's telling you something important about where your energy is stuck or your energy is leaking out. Now visualize yourself in this same situation. But this time, imagine staying true to yourself. What would you say? How would you stand? What expression will be on your face? Feel the power of these authentic versions of you. Notice the energy that becomes available when you are not spending on managing other people's perceptions of you. This is your life force. This is your creative power. It belongs to you. Now, set an intention to bring this authentic energy into your daily life. See yourself speaking your truth, setting clear boundaries, honoring your needs. Feel the freedom and aliveness that come with this way of being. Slowly bring your awareness back to your breath, back to your body, back to the present moment. Open your eyes, knowing that you have begun the process of reclaiming your power from the habit of people pleasing. I want to share some story of transformation with you from people who have broken free from the need of pleasing everyone. There was a woman named Laura who spent her entire life being the good daughter, the supportive wife, the helpful colleague. She measured her self-worth by how much she did for other people. But she was exhausted, resentful, and had lost touch with what she actually wanted from life. Through consistent practice, Laura began to notice when she was saying yes out of fear rather than genuine desire. She started setting boundaries with family members who had come to expect her constant availability. At first, that was a pushback. People do not like that, and people were surprised and even get upset at her by her new limit. But over time, something interesting happened. The relationships that were based on genuine connection grew stronger, while those that were not based on utility naturally fell apart. Sarah discovered that the authentic versions of herself had more to offer to the world than the people-pleasing versions of her. She found her voice as a speaker, something she always wanted to persuade but never had the energy for when she was so busy meeting everyone else's needs. She now helped others find their own authentic voice. Then there was Bob, a successful executive who realized he built his entire career around being likable. He never expressed his disagreement in meetings, even when he saw problems with proposed solution. He took an extra work without compensation to be seen as a team player. He He molded his personality to match whoever he was talking to. When Bob began to speak in his truth in professional setting, he was terrified at first. He was worried he would get rejected or fired. But instead, his colleague, his superior, began to respect him even more. His authentic insight improved project's outcome. His genuine leadership style inspired his team. By being real, he actually became more valuable to his organization, not less. Another example is Sandy, a mother who was so focused on being perfect for her children that she had completely lost herself. She never expressed negative emotion in front of her children, never asked for help, never took time of her own interest. She thought this made her a good mother. As Sandy began to show up more authentic with her children, something magical happened. They got to know the real her, a complex, multi-dimensional human being with strength and weakness, joy and sorrow. This gave them permissions to be real. Their relationship deepened, and her children learned an invaluable lesson that authentic living is more important than perfect performance. This story share a common thread. In each case of fear of what might happen by being authentic was far worse than what actually happened. Yes, there was discomfort. Yes, some relationship changed. Yes, some relationship even end. But the freedom and energy that come from dropping the mask of people pleasing create space for more meaningful, purposeful life. And I hope you practice these 7 steps to change your life from people pleasing to a person who is authentic, own the power, and live a meaningful and purpose life.